Is Canada perfect? Here, like
Yeah.
the streets are made with gold,
Yeah.
or
Oh,
when you just come, you start plucking the dollars, and you don't
you
need to
won't
do
believe that.
much.
Yeah. Hi everyone, my name is Lola Adeniran. Welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be talking about something very important. So whether you're living in Canada or you're planning to relocate to Canada, this video will be of great help. Today I've got a very special friend in the house in the name of Dr. Abisola Oyashiji. She's a very, very special friend. I've known her for close to 20 years. Yes, close to 20 years. So, welcome, Dr. Abisola Oyashiji.
Ooh, the drum roll.
And
Yeah.
I'm so excited. I'm so excited that you're here. So, you want to give us a quick introduction, just a little bit about you?
Okay. Before I go there, I'll just say thank you for
Yeah,
inviting me to your YouTube
thank you.
channel. You're doing so
It's a
well.
pleasure.
I'm
Thank
very
you.
excited to be here. My name is Abisola Oyashiji. I live and work in Calgary, Alberta, Canada. I'm from Nigeria. I moved to Canada in 2019. I do research and lead initiatives around work related to addressing complex social issues like social inequities, racial justice, policy development, policy review, and all of that. So that's just me. I'm a wife. I'm a mother of two. And yeah, I'm just here living my life and looking forward to
Absolutely
2024.
fantastic, fantastic, fantastic. I think we should give you a round of applause for that. That's beautiful to hear. All right. So while we are here today, so we're going to be talking about, Canada, 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 Canada. We've read a lot about Canada. We know that Canada is a very good country, and that's what we hear. We know
Yeah.
that it's diverse, we've developed in economy, and is known for high stability. And I think that's why a lot of people are going to Canada. And we know that over the years, it's been known for people relocating there for professional and non-professional, opportunities. So is Canada what people have been saying it is from your own perspective? Because we found that in recent times, people travel abroad and they're like, oh, it's not what I think, it's different from the stories I've been hearing. So, from your own perspective, do you think that's right? Do you think what we've been hearing about Canada is true to a degree?
Oh, yes. So I would not invalidate people's experience. I think their experiences are valid, and that's why they're called lived experiences. When people say that, it could be their experience, and it could be true that it wasn't what they were expecting, or they didn't have those opportunities they thought they would have, and all of that. I think it happens, and people have that experience. And at the same time, I also know that people have positive experience. I would be talking more about the opportunities here in Canada. And people say Canada is a land of opportunities. I think I agree with that, and that the
Yeah,
opportunities are endless, right? I,
right.
I totally agree with that. Is Canada perfect? No. Or is it perfect here? Like
Yeah.
the streets are made with gold,
Yeah.
or
Oh,
when you just come, you start plucking the dollars, and you don't
you
need to
won't
do
believe that.
much.
Yeah.
I don't think so, right? It depends on individual experiences.
Yeah.
It depends on people's circumstance, people's situation. People coming here has people that have career, I'll call them career professions, like maybe doctors, lawyers, business
Yeah.
analysts, engineers, social workers,
Yeah.
accountants, and different. There are parts, there are endless opportunities in that part.
Yeah.
For some people in some professions, they're called regulated professions, like
Mhm.
engineers, doctors, lawyers, accountants, and some others that I don't
Yeah.
know all of them. They might have to
Okay.
relicense,
Mhm.
like have their license converted, or it may take years for some people.
Yeah.
It may, so those are some of the factors that are there. And we have people in the trades profession as well, like plumbers. electricians, hairdressers, welders, carpenters. People are they are business owners as well that are
Yeah.
immigrants. Some people decide to go on the immigrant path. I think the
Yeah.
opportunities are there. For the opportunities, I just feel like it's based on how committed, how determined we are, because there are barriers that exist for sure. I must tell you, there are systemic barriers, there are barriers. People talk about Canadian work experience, Canadian education. Some people will feel you don't have it enough and they're not getting, those opportunities that they want and all of that. But Canada is continuously becoming diverse. The statistics are showing. I know that with time, people will also have more understanding of this diversity and how diversity of skills, it's a plus to the economy rather than a threat. And we have a lot of policies, reforms now that are going on that might make the situation also better for people that are experiencing challenges because honestly, they are there as well. For example, Ontario recently, Ontario is a province in Canada, and there is a proposal recently that they are going to ban employers from asking for Canadian work experience
Yeah.
on job application or
Wow.
posting, which is that's
Wow,
a big
that's
barrier
good.
lifted,
Yeah.
for
Yeah.
people as well because people have that serious. Oh, you don't have any experience,
Mm-hmm.
but if you don't give them opportunity, how will they have
Yeah, yeah.
that
I
experience?
think that's a very, very good one. Because
Yeah.
even in UK, yeah, people talk about not having experience. People talk about what they did to the experience they had from Africa, from. So it's very good if all other countries can actually emulate that, because that
And
will save a lot of. And there are a lot of people that have knowledge and well experienced people that, if you give them the opportunity, they will actually do well. They perform well. So
I
that's a
agree.
good one. That's a good one.
And that's where transferable skills come in, right?
Yeah, yeah.
I all my education was from Nigeria,
Mm-hmm.
first degree to PhD. The research experience is there. It doesn't mean that I
Mm-hmm.
can't transfer that here in Canada. But
That's okay.
if I wasn't given the opportunity, but eventually
Mm-hmm.
when I was given the first research opportunity, I was able
Mm-hmm.
to transfer the skills, right? And I got
Mm-hmm.
a bigger research opportunity and all of that. So that's something as well
That's
too.
a good one. Everyone should be given the opportunity. And when you're given the opportunity, as long as you can perform, then
And
you're
prove yourself.
justified. All right, so let's go to the question of the day. I think a lot of people will be interested in this. And I remember that I've asked a lot of people, not a lot of people, but a couple of people to speak to you about this before. And I think it'll be good for people out there that want to know what are the entry routes to Canada. Yeah, I know there are about 6 different routes that I've researched. There's the school way, you can study, you can do family sponsorship, asylum. I know there are 2 outstanding ones that a lot of people will be interested in, and that's the express entry route and the provincial nominee program. Is it possible for you to shed more light on these 2 entry routes?
Okay. Disclaimer: I'm not an immigration
Yes.
consultant or
Thank
anything.
you, Dr. Bistola. I think we should have started with that to say that we are not immigration lawyers.
Yes,
So
I'm
please
not.
don't email me to say I'm not a lawyer, please.
Yeah.
Thank you.
But based on my knowledge and what is in the public domain that people can research about, the express entry system, that's the one I came through, the federal skilled workers, and it's still there. Although there is more competitive now compared to when we came,
Yeah.
like the CRS course, it's a point-based system
Okay.
whereby you make some requirements and you get points based on those requirements, like
Yeah.
your education, your work experience, like particular type of job, the
Yeah.
amount of work experience that you have, your
Yeah.
age can also be a good factor that can help you. Like the holder, you can lose points for your age. I think when you get to, I don't know the cap now, you won't even get any point. But I know
Okay.
when you get to 30, every year you lose 5 points based on age as a factor. You can also get points if you have siblings in Canada or
Yeah.
your spouse has a sibling in Canada. If you have
Okay.
Canadian education as
Mhm.
well, you can also have points. So there are quite a number of things that can give you those points.
Yeah.
And like 4 or 5 years ago, you're talking about the cutoff being like 400 and something,
Yeah.
430, 450,
Yeah.
460. But
Yeah.
now we're talking about 500 and something.
Wow.
So which makes it more
Okay.
competitive. Another
Mm.
requirement is test of your language proficiency. So
Yeah.
Canada is a bilingual country,
Okay.
English and French. So you have to prove that you know English language through
Okay.
maybe IELTS or
Yeah.
CELPIP. You have to take that test.
Okay.
Then you can also do French test as
Okay.
well. It can also give you more points as well.
Yeah.
So those are the things they look at, and if you're eligible, you can and your pointers meet the cutoff for
Yeah.
that time, you can get
Yeah.
invited and all of that. But
Okay.
it's becoming more competitive now.
Yeah.
But I know last year they also started doing targeted invitation.
Okay.
So that one helped some people in a way because aside the general pool that you are all in, you are all
Yeah.
fighting for 500 and something. This targeted polls because they were looking for some maybe some professionals
Yeah.
specifically, or they're looking for people with there's one French stream like they can speak French. The
Yeah.
cutoff is lower for those people
Okay.
than the general poll. So even I think there's a stream that the cutoff was like late 300,
Mm-hmm.
400 and something, right? So
Wow.
people that fall into that category, they're able to get invitation without having
Wow.
to wait years. So it's out there. You can check on the website and see. The
Okay.
provincial nomination is another one as
Yeah,
well.
that one as well, yeah. But
Yeah.
before you go to the provincial nominee one, where is the starting point if I want to do the express entry route? Do I go to the particular website that people go
Oh
to?
yeah, yeah,
Oh
yeah.
yeah. Okay.
You create profile on
Okay.
the Canada website,
Oh
but you
yeah.
need
Okay.
some ingredients. I'll call it ingredients.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like so, for example, if you say that you have a particular education, that
Yeah.
education should have been evaluated
Okay.
by a body, and
Mm-hmm.
they have the accredited evaluation bodies in Canada, like the
Okay.
popular WES, IQAS,
Okay.
IECAS. So they must
Yeah.
evaluate your degree.
Okay.
That's what you're going to show that you have this degree. And most of the time, just evaluate your highest degree. So if you
Dig
have a
away. Yeah.
master's, evaluate the master's. So
Okay.
then the language test as well. You must have taken
Let's start taking that. Yeah,
the
that's good.
yeah. So
Yeah. So for the education part, do you have to send your documents? Is that
so
part of the application process as well? Or
yes,
okay, yeah, okay.
after you have been invited, it's part of your application package. So you need that for your application if you're
Before
eventually
applying.
yeah, you should do that before you eventually apply,
Okay.
because when you're applying, this part of the document you would show and your
Okay.
high how to show your reference letter, proof of
Yeah.
fund. They
Yeah.
have the categorization by family size. One person, there's a particular amount, two people, five,
Okay.
like that. So
At what stage do you need that money? Because I know a lot of people are looking for money and stuff like that. Do you need that money at the application stage, or you must have
of
been
course,
invited? Oh, okay.
yeah, to prepare. So it depends on individual people. As if you know you want to go to Canada, you should have started thinking about
Yeah.
your proof of fund,
Okay.
being available to you, because when you are invited, you have 60 days to apply.
Mhm. Yeah. Okay.
So you don't, yeah, no, you should be prepared. You should have all these things ready. You
Ready.
get your invitation to apply, and within the 60 days, you provide proof of all of those things. I'll just
Mhm.
advise that if people are interested, research information,
Research is very
ask
important. Yeah.
questions, people that have gone through that part. Sometimes people
Mhm.
ask me about study. I'm like, I didn't come here through
Yeah.
studies.
To
I might not
study.
be
Yeah.
able to tell you so much
Yeah.
about it, right?
Yeah.
And there are a lot of fraudulent people out there as well,
Of course. Of
telling
course.
people about Canada. We are
Mhm.
agents, we get work permits, we do this. I know a couple of people that have fallen victim of that.
Of
So
course. Of
I would say
course.
people should be careful.
So be careful. Yeah.
Yes. If you want to
Yeah.
use an agent, they're approved consultant, and you can
Mhm.
find them on the Canada website. So if somebody tells you I'm a consultant,
Wow.
you can check them out. The list is there.
Wow.
See,
That's
they
good.
are
I think
approved.
that's a good shout out.
Yeah.
everyone that's trying the Canada process so that you don't get banned. So you're going to talk about the other one, the provincial nominee
Oh,
program.
yeah.
How does that work, and how does this chip connect? Because I know some people say that there's a bit of connection between the two as well.
Yes, because if you get a provincial nomination, that is, if you're nominated by a province, then it can give you additional 600 points in the
Okay.
poll. So it's as good as, even if the cutoff is like 900, and without a provincial nomination, you have like maybe 400 or 300, just add
Wow.
600 to it. So provincial nomination is just like, but it's not like, so it depends on each province.
Okay.
They have their requirements. I don't know so much about what is going in individual provinces,
Yeah.
but I know for example in Alberta, there are different ways in which you can get a provincial nomination. There's a tech pathway that's for IT people.
Yeah.
There's also the family tie.
Hmm.
So if you have sibling, for example, in Alberta, and you
Yeah.
also fall within some particular profession that
Hmm.
Alberta is interested in at that time,
Yeah.
you can be nominated as
Wow.
well, right? But you don't know what the professions are.
What?
They can change and all of that. So depending on the province and their need,
Yeah.
and gets provincial nomination. So you apply if they show interest, you apply to the province,
Hmm.
supply all those documentations to them, they review, then they nominate you
Okay.
officially. Then your ExpressEntry poll will be updated that you now
Okay.
have a provincial nomination. That's additional 600
Good.
points. And the next draw, you can be invited to apply for the PR,
Okay.
permanent resident. That's what PR means.
So do you have to create a separate application for the provincial nominee program, or you just use the same application?
So, I talked about creating a profile for PR if you want to come to a permanent residence, express
Yeah.
entry. So you have that profile
Yeah.
and you have shown interest in some provinces. I think there's a question that asks you if you're interested. So if it's from that profile that Alberta, for example, can show interest if you meet up with what they're looking for at that time.
Okay.
So it's from that central pool. So
Okay.
Alberta can send you a message that they're interested in in you.
Yeah.
Then you apply to Alberta. Alberta has
Oh
its
yeah.
own program. So you
Okay.
apply and show
Mm.
all this proof
Yeah.
that you have to support your application. Then
Wow.
officially Alberta nominates you. Then that profile again is now updated because there's a question provincial nomination. So that's where you have your 600 points. So it's from that
Wow.
pool that you get
Hmm.
invited. So it's still
Wow.
that's the connection, if that
Okay.
makes sense.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So you just need to tick the box that says, are you interested in provincial nominee? Okay. But I'm not sure why we won't be interested. Oh.
Yeah, if they're interested. Just
Yeah.
say, yeah, I remember when we were doing ours, just say yes to all the province, like no matter where you are, you say yes to them. But so
Okay.
you might
So
not be interested.
great.
You might want to go to a particular province. That's
Oh, okay. Yeah. Preferences. Okay. Great. So another important thing that I wanted to talk about is especially for those that are struggling to pass their, I call it IELTS, but I think
Okay.
my doctors we call it IELTS. Okay, so
Yeah.
I'll stick to that. So, what tips and advice can you give to people that have been struggling with their IELTS in terms of passing once?
Person, also individual situations, right? Some people do it and ace it. Some people will have to do it a couple of times.
Yeah.
But what I think, from what I've heard from people that have done IELTS, I've done it as well before. I did it once, right? Is that it has its own skills to do it. So it goes beyond, yeah, I'm very comfortable in English language. I can speak English, right? It has, there are things that they are looking for.
Mm.
So, for example, speaking is a component of
Yeah.
the test. So, some people, like when we're preparing, then they told us when you're from one on one with the examiner, I would call the person now, and they're asking you questions. They're honestly basic, simple questions. Maybe
Mhm.
what's your favorite food, right? So you should, okay,
Yeah.
favorite food is rice, and you keep
Mhm.
quiet. No, they want a conversation. Like you talk about
Mm.
your favorite food is rice. That's
Yeah.
from it's a popular dish here. If you want to
Mm.
prepare rice, they want conversation for you to keep talking.
Yes.
And I
Mm.
remember
Yeah.
then like they told us keep talking when the person is okay, they'll tell you to stop.
Okay.
Rather than like talk and wait. So
And
it could look
wait,
like if
yeah.
you don't have a lot of things to say.
Mm-hmm. So it
Right?
has to be conversational, like just keep it
Conversational.
going, keep it going. Okay.
Yes, yes. So
Uh,
that's a tip for like speaking. I know for
okay.
writing as well, there is tip for it as well. It's not about big grammars, like simple essays that they tell you to write, but don't you like big grammars that they have to use dictionary to check what you're saying. Simple, straightforward, structured, use your
Mm,
punctuation when you
mm,
should and all of that. So
mm,
I think I think they're just skills to doing
mm.
the test,
Yeah,
right? So, and if you can master the skills, there are
that's
support
good.
groups. People
Mm-hmm.
use their, I think there are books that you can use. There are
Yeah.
tutors. Some people say
Mm-hmm.
tutors as well. So it depends
Yeah.
on you. If you have
Mm-hmm.
time to do it
Yeah.
yourself, you can. If you don't have time, you can get a tutor to tutor you and show you the skills, but you also have to practice,
To practice,
right?
yeah. I think
Yeah.
that's very key. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because they can teach you everything if you don't
If you
practice.
don't
It's just like you're
practice,
doing jam, right? Before you go for the exam,
you need
you
to do
you do a lot of
a lot of
practice.
questions,
Yeah. And there's some
right?
questions that you're just familiar with them. You just know the
Yeah.
answer by default.
Yeah.
I think for people out there, that's a good shout out. Actually,
Yeah.
practice very well before
Yeah.
you go for the exam.
Yeah.
Don't say it's simple. Is it not
It's
just
not
speaking?
English. Is it not English?
Is it
Right.
English? So practice very well. All right. So that's a
Can
very
I
good
can I
one.
add something? So
Yes.
iHealth is popular, like iHealth, IELTS, whatever we call it, is popular. There's also one that Canada accepts now and is available in most countries now. It's called
Okay.
CELPIP, CELPIP. People also from their experience, some people even say they find it easier than
Yeah. Okay.
IELTS or something like that. So it's
All right.
also people can consider it as well. I
Yeah.
know
Okay.
people that have done it and they were able to also meet up with it with practice as well. There are also materials
Wow.
available, so you have options. Some people
Wow.
will
Yes.
say they don't have dates for high health. You can
Hmm.
try self-pip if you don't have
Yeah.
a closer date, or some people are not sure. Some people try both. I've
Okay.
heard people trying both and they see where
Yeah.
their chances just to increase their
The
chances.
chances.
If I don't
Yeah.
pass this one, I pass this one. So
Yeah, that's good. I think it depends on how desperate you are then. Because I remember my friend
people
going
do eye
to,
health like 7 times.
I actually have, yeah, I know. I know one of my friends had to go to Ghana, you know. I,
Like,
I, I can't remember what was happening. I think they were not doing Nigeria then. And then he had to go to Ghana. And I'm like, what? You
yeah,
have to go that far? Wow.
people
So,
do eye health because they know when they're very, I don't want to use the word desperate, like they really want to do it and
hmm,
they feel like that's the option. So they keep doing it and doing it till they get it. So I think
yeah.
all these things are dependent on each person,
And each
your
person, yeah.
determination, what you want to
Hmm.
achieve, and
Hmm. And shout out to those that have been doing it multiple times. Yeah,
mm,
I pray that your determination will pay off
will
someday. So
yeah.
we wish you all the best.
All the
And
best,
don't forget
yes.
to
Don't
practice.
give up if you
Don't give up. Keep practicing.
keep
Very
practicing.
soon,
Yeah.
you get it right. All right. So how long does the old application process take?
Hmm.
So people can say, I've applied this month and I'm expecting my answer next month, just to be able to manage people's expectations in terms of how long it takes. On the average, how long do you think it takes?
I tell people that if you want to go on this journey, on this path, don't be desperate. Don't say tomorrow I must get to Canada. Because a lot of seen and unforeseen circumstances can. I remember when I wanted to do our evaluation of credentials. I think I started with WES, went to ICAS. It was delaying. Then it was really always delayed. I have to say they should cancel. They should move it, switching back and forth because I wanted them to give me my evaluation
Yeah.
report and all of that.
Wow.
It's getting better very much now because people get
Okay.
your report. The moment your school sends your transcripts and verify all your credentials,
Yeah.
West is quite fast and these days and all of that, but sometimes it takes longer time and all of that. So
Mm.
you don't know when your school will answer or send your transcript. You have to put those things into consideration. Your all your document that you're looking for, you don't know how soon they'll be
Yeah.
ready. So I don't know if there's a time frame that works.
Yeah.
Although but now when you now apply, maybe
Mhm.
that one we can be looking
Yeah.
at a manageable time frame. So
Yeah. Okay.
normally they would say 6 months. That's what
Mm-hmm.
the IRCC says,
Okay.
right? 6 months. But
Mhm.
some people's application,
Yeah.
I've seen people get the application in less than 2 months.
Wow.
Ours was
Wow.
like 2 months.
Wow.
Yeah, it wasn't up to 3 months.
That's
And I've
unique.
seen
Wow.
people 8 years. Sorry, 8 months. I've seen 1 year.
Wow. Okay.
In fact, somebody was saying recently that the application took like 3 years. I'm like, what? What
Wow.
happened? What did you do? So,
That's a
if
lot. Wow.
yeah, though I think it's getting faster these days,
Okay.
right? But after you apply, they say 6 months, but it can be more than that. So just give it, so
Remember.
just relax. I feel like when you apply or when you're preparing for this process, time is
Yeah.
important as well. You need to
Mm-hmm.
take the step because the
Yeah.
policies change. Who would
Mm.
know that after 4 years, the cutoff will be like five, the cutoff point 500 and something. When
Wow.
during our time it was 400 and something. So I say make a while the sun shine, right?
Okay. Yeah. Okay. So just
Just
apply and
apply
relax and hope and pray
and,
that
and pray
you
that
get your started sooner.
turn.
Oh, soon. Right. So that's a very good one. In terms of now, have applied, I've been called, I'm now relocating to Canada. What are the pre-information that people need to find out, know about? Because we hear a lot of stories, today people are getting abroad, they're getting stranded. So what are the things people need to know before they travel or put in place before they travel?
Yeah. Mm. Information is key.
I
Information
agree.
is very key. Research. Ask questions. There are people that have gone ahead already. Ask questions if you can link to any of them. And I know that when we came, after we got, is it after our application or after it has been approved? I can't remember. Even
Yes.
Canada organized something in Nigeria for us.
Okay.
Yeah, like an information session
Wow.
on what I remember. I attended that one. Very nice information sharing, even right from before leaving Nigeria.
Mhm.
Also, they'll begin to send you links on.
Yeah.
Um, they call some people settlement on arrival, something like that. You can even start using that service
Yeah.
right from your country before you
Wow.
even travel. They start
Wow.
sharing information. So research, ask questions from people. Um, you might not need to go to some particular province because of your maybe your job or
Yeah.
the things you are interested in. And I must also talk about when we're talking about opportunities, there are also immigrants in business doing
Mm.
well as well. So it necessarily
Wow.
doesn't have to be the 8 to 5 job
Mm-hmm.
as well. So
Mm-hmm.
if you want to do business, what are the problems? Do your research.
Yeah.
What do I
Mm-hmm.
want to do? And
Yeah.
you might not go to this particular, I don't want to mention any,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah. Of
It might be
course.
better to go to this province. Also,
Mm-hmm.
for example, some professions that are regulated,
Yeah.
some people, and this is just my personal opinion, I would just put that out there and what I've been hearing. For some professions, they say if you go to some provinces, it's easy or it's faster to get licensed.
Mm.
Maybe, for example, as a doctor,
Yeah.
it can be faster because of maybe their province and there is no competition there compared
Yeah.
to
Yeah.
if you go to some other province that they have a lot of people and you're
Mm-hmm.
having to wait and all of that. So do those research if you don't mind.
Research. Mm.
Though those provinces might not be attractive. Oh, it's cold. It's colder. Canada is generally cold. You need to see the weather forecast
Yeah.
next week.
Mm.
That like, oh, it's been beautiful, but Canada is generally cold. So
There we
research,
go.
the first thing, which province should we even go to?
Mm.
If you're a single person, you might be able to go here and there because they can
Yeah.
find you. But if you have family, if you have children, if you know your spouse, what does your spouse want to do? What I think you have to consider a lot of things to determine where you want to go, which will
Where you
come
want
by
to go.
research, right?
Wow.
Yes,
Great.
ask questions, and when you come in as well, there are support systems that can help. Family and friends is very good.
Mhm.
If you have a family member already, it makes settling in easier for you. They can even start looking for accommodation for you before you land.
Oh,
We got our
yeah.
accommodation from Nigeria. Is a friend, right? And it's a
Mhm.
property. And fortunately, at that time, they have a space. So, okay, come on, And
Yeah.
so, family and friends can be helpful. And when you come as well, there are a lot of the government really funding. We call them settlement agencies, like immigrants
Yeah.
settlement agencies. For example,
Mhm.
in Calgary, we have Center for Newcomers,
Mhm.
um, Calgary Catholic Immigration Society, CCIS. We have CWAR. We have a number of them, and
Wow.
yeah, when I came, I registered in one. They will give you employment counselors.
Yeah.
They had a program then that I attended about 2 weeks to help you
Mhm.
job readiness, how to write your
Yeah.
resume,
Yeah. Yeah.
how to do your interview. We even did what do you call this thing, like what's the word, tests, like prepare you
Okay.
prep
Oh, okay. Right.
prep.
Yeah.
Yeah, like as if you're going for interview. So they
Ah,
give you
interesting.
feedback. My
Mhm.
first research job, I got the job a lot because I was registered. So they keep on sending job posting. I got the job
Wow.
from them, not even from LinkedIn or Popular or
Wow.
Indeed or Popular Site,
Interesting.
because
Yes. Yeah.
organizations also go to them
Mhm.
if they are looking for particular skills, like
Mhm.
immigrant skills, that they go to them. So they also have
Yeah.
first-hand knowledge, and I applied, and they were very supportive and all of that. Even in that organization, they even recommended me for a job that I applied.
Wow.
I didn't get that one, but so their support system,
That's
and I
good.
would advise that you choose your support system wisely as well.
Wisely, yes. Yeah, I think it's very good that there's a lot to consider. There's a lot of support network, support
Yeah.
this and that. Because when you're going to a new country, you need that level of support to
Yeah.
be able to survive, to be able to start. So that's a good one. And I think it's all about information, right? Where do people go to? How do people know that these resources are there?
Available.
Are they online? Where did they start from, really?
Yeah, they're online. They're there, and also you could be going, like, it's possible to be just to be in the bus or shopping, and somebody say, "Oh, you're new. Have you been here? Have you been here?" And all of that. They're
Uh,
online. Even the welcome package that you get, you see some of all these things there. They're online, and family and friends is very good. Just make sure that you don't go with negative people. Like if people are very negative about their experience,
yeah.
it can rub off on you.
Of course,
It
of
can rub off on
course.
you, like
Because I remember, when I started, somebody was asking me, I didn't know that you could ever get this type of job. If I had
job.
known, I wouldn't have been doing this. So there are a lot of people saying information is very key, because when they come, all they know is that you can't get this type of job. These are the types of job you can do. So if you go by those that say you can't do this, you can't do that, then you won't be able to do anything. So it's always good
Hmm.
to ask questions. And when people are saying negatives, find out the positive as well,
As
and then
well.
sit down and wait it too. So that's a very good
Mm.
shout out. But you said something very important about there are also business opportunities. What
Mhm.
are the common business opportunities that you've seen in Canada?
Yeah, I can talk about that. Even I wanted to just quickly add something. Even if they talk about the negative experiences,
Yeah.
they are there. Ask how people
Mhm.
have also navigated.
Of course.
Right, that is
Yes.
critical because the challenges are there. I would
Mhm.
still continue to put that out there. But how did you navigate it? It will help
Mm.
so that when you say it, yeah. So business opportunities, yeah, there are people into for example, Nigerians now, people into fashion, and you see them doing creative, mind blowing work. People um, doing their thing, running food businesses.
Mhm.
Um, Popular is, I know, is in the UK as well, African stores,
Yeah.
and people are they're shining, they're doing well there. So It's not everybody that, you know. And I feel I even wealth to create wealth too. It goes beyond working for someone.
Mm-hmm.
So people also look at those opportunities as well and
Yeah.
be able. And sometimes you see that there are even grants for some populations, some group
Mm-hmm.
of people. You will hear if this business is owned or led by maybe black, they can have access to some grant or something like that. You can apply, you can be lucky, you can get
Mm-hmm.
it, and all of that. People are also thriving in businesses. I'm
That's
sure there
good.
are also challenges in that terrain.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Into business yet. I look forward to that. but, but I know,
Great. So
yeah, people are
that's
also.
a good shout out to those that plan to relocate. Learn something new, learn a trade, learn how to make hair, how to sew clothes.
That's your
Just
own
learn,
firm.
yes, just
Start
learn
your own
something.
consultancy, even if it is not like
Of
business.
course, of
Like
course.
start
Start
your
your
own.
consultancy as well. That's good. So, whatever skills you can learn, please do. And even plumbering and all those jobs
Oh,
in
because
Nigeria and Africa that we think they are not relevant, they're actually
they earn
very,
more
very
money.
consequential. Yeah, they're very, very important. Mechanics,
Yeah.
they make lots of money here. So,
We have an appointment to go take our car from the mechanic today. I don't want to tell you how much we spent.
of course,
As you
of
can
course, Donna.
imagine, like, and I'm like, oh, why did we have to spend that much? But can I fix it myself? No. Yeah, that's a trade profession. They charge per hour, and they also have good rates. Like some of them earn way higher than people doing maybe some
Okay. Yeah,
office jobs as well.
office
So
jobs. Yeah,
there is no
yeah. There's
if,
no
if even the
limitation.
treatment here is not the
Mm-hmm.
way we might be used to, like artisans, we see them as the no, they are also offering a service. They have a skill that you don't have,
They're
and that's why we have
professionals.
a lot of DIYs. Like
Yeah.
let me try to fix it first before
let
I
me
tell
let
anybody.
me oh God. Let me try and fix the first if
Let
I
me try to
pay.
fix it because
Okay.
when they charge you what do you want to do? Small thing that you want to
Mm-hmm.
do.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah,
Even most of them, their calendars are booked for the year. We're
yeah.
trying to get someone to come and fix something, and he's saying that he's booked for the whole year.
Hmm.
So there are lots of opportunities out there for those that are doing these types of jobs, or that have skills like that. So if you have skills like that, that's a
Hmm.
good one for you to maybe develop, learn something new, learn additional, get some more information that can allow you to try abroad. So that's a good
Hmm.
start. All right, so it's been a wonderful time with Dr. Bisala. Yeah, she did. But just for us to know that all the points and factors that we talk about today are not just specifically to people relocated to Canada or living in Canada alone. If you're relocated to abroad, it's the same thing everywhere. The struggles are the same, the struggles are real, the challenges are the same, the opportunities are almost the same. So all that we've talked about can be very useful if you're relocating to America, Canada, or any of these wonderful developed countries. So if you have any question, you can put in the comments. And don't forget, we're not immigration experts or lawyers. We're just sharing our wonderful information, helping other people to succeed. Do you have any last points for our viewers, Dr. Bisaraya?
Yeah. Thank you very much for having me, and I see it as an honor and a privilege for me to be on your channel. You can imagine. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it, and I look forward to more interesting topics that we can talk about. And I pray your channel grows very well in
Thank you.
2024 and reach as many people. I know for you it's about life changing. That's your vision for it, and I pray that you achieve that in 2024. And also, just to tell everybody, since the beginning of the year, don't worry, be positive. If you want to relocate abroad, I think look more into the positivity. Since you have made up your mind,
Absolutely.
relocation is not for everybody, and I don't think everybody should relocate. You can
Mm,
be comfortable where you are. Is your path being led to to do that. And if you want to do it, stay on the positive. There will be challenges. I'm just a very positive person. I tend to dwell more on the positivity. And when the challenges come, navigate it, right? And I think we are built that way to be able to overcome challenges and speak out, seek out for support, whatever you set your heart to do in 2024 and beyond. Yeah, it is possible. That's my mantra. It is
That's a
very
very good one.
possible.
That's a very good one. That's another takeaway. Relocation is not for everybody.
Yeah.
So, but hopefully you find your path, you find your
Yeah.
way, you find solutions to all the problems you may be encountering, you may be going through. All
Right.
right, so thank you for watching. We'll see you in our next episode.
Thank you
Bye.
very much for having me. Bye.
Bye. Thank you
Thank
for
you.
watching. We'll see you in the next episode.